Guys, listen. We're back with Tadlock, man. Now, Parvo, man. I had to bring this back up. Somebody reached out, and I haven't really... I did reply. Let's say you come to the vet. The vet says, you know, you're in the first stages of Parvo. I don't know if that's a thing, but early stages Parvo. Then says, hey, $6,000 overnight in a couple days. Is there anything that they can do at home when they don't have the money?
Really, the biggest thing is just hydration.
Yeah.
And that's really most of what we're doing in hospital too. Is just keeping them hydrated. Just IV fluids. I mean, because they're puking, they're having the diarrhea, they're just losing all their hydration status.
Yeah.
So that's just a big thing. Like giving Pedialyte, but not super good. Like nothing that's just slam dunk. Yeah, you're gonna save your dog. Even you can hospitalize them on IV fluids and injectable antibiotics, anti-nausea meds, even the new Parvo injection that I have never even used. It's like you can still lose them.
And so, what is the new Parvo injection?
I forget what it's called. It's a Parvo antibody. You're supposed to be able to give it and not really have to do the supportive care, like the IV fluids and whatnot. It's expensive.
So it's more than the $6,000.
One shot, I think for a 10-pound dog, it's about $400.
That's still cheaper than $6,000.
But and you still may have to do all that.
Oh,
so theoretically, you might not have to.
So you give the shot, and you still might have to do the IV fluid, Pedialyte, all that shit.
Yeah, we had one dog a few months back now. Came here, I hospitalized it at Parvo, and they were so set on that shot that they picked up the next day and just took it to the ER. They gave it, stayed another 3 days, still had to do the IV fluids and stuff, and it died. I'm like, you should just give me a chance.
And when you say a chance, what are you doing that would have been the difference and potentially the dog thriving?
I don't really know what the ER did. I never looked at the records.
Yeah.
But I'm just running them on fluids. Sometimes I'll give them 2 antibiotics. I'm just trying to protect the gut. Because really all Parvo is doing is like in the intestines, you have like little finger-like villi. And it's just, those are gone. It's just smooth, so you can't absorb any nutrients that you might be eating. So
Plus
you just need to get them to eat.
So you've got the lines, and it starts flattening out those lines as well.
That's really all Parvo's doing. It's just killing their GI tract.
Well, what I will tell you guys as well is consider the fact that if you do have a vet who's willing to work with your dog over a course of time, new information, aka new shots and things, well, they've got to be tested. And do they give you that perspective, meaning, hey, it could still need fluids and things?
Oh, sure.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a fix-all. So a $400 shot plus a $6,000.
$400 per 10 pounds.
Hey,
per 10 pounds.
There you go. So you turn around. Now we're talking.
If you have a 40-pound dog,
I'm thinking about Tron, for instance. He's like 90 pounds.
Right.
So at 10 pounds, we back to 4,000.
It gets up there quick.
If we had, my bad. If he's 100 pounds, we're at 4,000.
Yeah.
So we back where we started. Shit.
Like we had one the other day. We hospitalized. It was here Monday to discharge Saturday. I think it left for
1,800. That's not bad. Look.
Without that injection, that probably would have helped. We debated it.
Oh, you thought
we debated. I was like, I can get one from another hospital.
Yeah.
I was paying for it. Like,
man. So Parvo again is a virus. Once you have the virus, you've always got the virus. Now, and you can get Parvo again, to be clear.
I've never seen it.
Never seen it, but they say, like the flu.
Theoretically,
he's
but
right.
I've never seen it.
I've had 3 dogs that had Parvo, and they never got it again. But when they got it, they got it. So it's like once you get infected, your body's like, okay, we deal with the bullshit. We got it, chicken pox. You're not gonna get chicken pox again.
I got it twice.
See what I'm saying? So he was a lucky redhead who got got them pox and them chickens. Boy, that shit have you itching. But that means you might have small shingles. You might.
Yeah, when I get a little older. I have debated getting that vaccine when I get there.
You go, because the minute you get shingles, you're gonna be like, fuck this shit.
My dad got it, and he said it was miserable.
Yeah, shingles, what I've heard, is probably some of the, it's worse. It's not chickenpox. It's like chickenpox on steroids, and it's pain.
Nerve pain, and they put him on atrociously high doses of gabapentin. He hurt so bad.
See what I'm saying, people? So the Parvo question, as I keep getting people, I know it's Chris said it best even. He said, look, Parvo's one of the things that it's just, when it's your turn, it's your turn. And I've had it. I pray to God we don't have to deal with it again, but we've been there. I've done that. And we would walk you through. I've got IV bags and fluids. I know how to run most of it, but at the same time, I would never tell people not to go and work with their doctors and vets and people who, you know, can help. So even somebody, I said, well, did the doctor give you the IV bags? No, well, I'd say, you don't know what you're doing, so you'd start running too much risk. And it's not worth that either. But there is no direct solution outside of a shot, plenty of fluids, some medications.
Supportive care, just can you pull them through it? Really all it is.
And how long does it normally take to get rid of Parvo?
Like to get that dog better and discharged?
Yeah.
On average, probably about 3 to 5 days.
3 to 5 days. 5 days, yeah, that sounds about right, man. I know I was 6,000 in on 2 dogs back in the day. It was brutal, man, brutal. So there's no cure for Parvo, there's just solution, right?
And the prevention.
And what's the prevention?
Good old vaccine.
Oh, vaccine, keeping your yard clean. All that little stuff goes a long way. Interesting, people. Well, we've talked about Parvo quite a few times. Something, again, relevant came up, and I got the question yet again, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get some more questions. We'll do what we can to provide some more information. Again, get with your vet. I know it's not a pretty thing, but it's like constant. You got to like constantly pay attention to the dog. And the minute the dog starts shitting blood, it's a whole nother thing, because it just progressively gets worse. I've watched dogs fall apart on Parvo, man.
It's bad. I mean, they can be great one day, dead the next. I mean, it's
overnight.
One of the worst viruses
for a dog.
Yeah. And then you got panleukopenia in your cats, which is kitty Parvo.
Ooh. So cats got to get the vaccines to prevent that too, huh?
The FERCP vaccine, or some people call it the RCP, whatever you want to call it. It's the cat distemper.
Ah. Well, we're going to bring you some education on that too soon, but stay tuned, people. Take care of your dogs.